Are you intrigued by history and science that have contested explanations? Ever thought, I'm definitely smarter than my friends, but not as smart as the experts? Then join Craig and Dave as they explore the mysteries of who the why the and how the will they actually find the answers? Probably not, but they'll have a good time trying. Welcome to Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece. I'm excited about this one.
I know you are.
I really am. A lot of stuff happened. Like,
It'll be a few weeks ago at this point.
it'll be a few weeks ago.
But it's going to be ongoing.
It's going to be ongoing, which is I'm really looking forward to the rest of it. But we're going to talk about the slight disclosure that's kind of happening.
It was the start.
It was the start. They're not just going to dump everything out at once. You know what I mean?
No, they need to hold stuff back to distract us for other things they're going to do.
Yeah, they're like, more bad things are going to happen. We'll release it then.
Yeah, leave the people wanting more.
Yeah, exactly. But they did release some really interesting stuff. But before we do
that, what do we need to do?
We need to hear a word from our sponsor.
Dubby makes energy drinks that are jitter and crash free. There's no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, no fillers, and no BS. It's made with coffee fruit extract, natural colors from fruits and veggies, plus vitamins and amino acids your brain needs to perform. Comes in a variety of flavors, everything from Japanese yuzu to s'mores. Flavors you won't find anywhere else. So use the promo code Sci-Piece for your 10% discount today. All right.
Yep.
Thank you, me.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh, if you knew how many takes that took.
Yeah. You're still using the good one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the government has been declassifying and releasing UFO-related files.
Yes.
Period. And the first batch came out early May.
Early May, yeah. They what they're doing is they're kind of just releasing these kind of mild stuff.
Yeah, it's
in a
just
sense.
the tip.
It's just the tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is some really cool stuff in it. A lot of people immediately got mad, thought that that's all that it was. They don't realize that there's tons.
They thought that was everything.
They thought it was everything, and it's
just
not.
the beginning.
It was a bunch of documents. It was like 17 pages of files.
Yeah.
And photographs and some video. Some of the video is really cool because when you look at it, you're like, what is that?
What is that?
What is that? That's not,
It's wild.
It's crazy. But they also released some cool, some stuff from the Apollo missions.
Right. So, there's a lot. It's not just like pictures and videos.
Yeah.
It's like recordings, documents, everything related.
Transcripts from stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot that's being put out. And I know you'll dig in to like read the reports, read everything.
Yes, I did.
Because you work way less than I do. So you have that kind of time.
I did the day they came out, I was reading them while we were working. My business partner's like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, buddy, we gotta end this soon.
Right?
This is gonna go. Like, we gotta get home. I gotta finish reading this. I don't care about this lady's house.
You're getting UFO files on tape.
Yeah.
The disclosure audio books.
Yep. But it was cool because a lot of the files, some people are like, oh, that's nothing, and it was nothing. It was FBI reports but it's FBI reports with Hoover himself.
Right.
Like they're like, hey, we're following up on this thing. Like what? And he's like, oh yeah, well I want to know more about it. Let me know what you find out.
That's what
This and
most
that.
of these like records are. It's like bland paperwork.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
What started the bland paperwork and the reports and the follow-ups, like that's what's cool.
Was really cool. What I really liked was the transcripts from the Apollo mission. Those guys talking.
Because they would switch, they would have a public channel so people could listen to them,
Yeah.
and then they would switch to another one to just talk to
back and forth
Yeah.
to ground control
Yeah.
to NASA itself. And they, at one point, they're saying, hey, we've got this object outside. We're looking at it.
yeah.
It's pretty big, and it's still, and they're like, are we, like, they're worried about it because it seems kind of close.
Yeah, because
And
they have to worry
think-
about their safety.
They're worried about their
Yeah.
safety, but they're kind of like, we think it's the rocket booster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can you confirm that? They're just trying to get what it is. And the ground control guy is like, yeah, we have the rocket booster. We've been tracking it.
Yeah.
It's 2,600 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not it.
That's not it.
No.
They're like, where is, and he's like, it's about 30. He's like, it's about, what do you say, 3 miles? He's like, he's guessing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's trying to
He's like, there's
gauge-
not a lot
yeah.
of background to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's big. And then he's like, there's a lot of little ones flying. We're seeing a lot of these little things. And he goes, and I can't tell if they're particles. Like,
Because it's
because there's no scale, no background. He's like, so I can't
There's
tell
no
if it's-
depth perception. You're in space. It's just black background.
Yeah.
There's nothing to gauge size off of.
So he's saying, we have this big one. I can't see this thing. He keeps calling it a bogey. We have a bogey.
Yeah.
But then he's saying the little ones, and he goes, yeah, the little ones, I don't know what they are. He's like, I can't tell how close they are, how far away. He goes, you look out. I forgot who he said. The other guy, he goes, looking out his window is like a fireworks display. He says.
Wild.
And then the cool part was they're having more of a discussion about it. They're like, okay. And then like, maybe it's just ice particles attached to the, that are accumulating on the ship and breaking off and flying away. Makes
Right.
a lot of sense. The other thing is, but he kept saying, he's like, yeah, but some of them are taking off away from the moon, which means, because if it was ice particles, it wouldn't
They're going against gravity.
it wouldn't have a trajectory away,
Right.
And he's like, some of them are taking off in the opposite direction, which shouldn't be happening.
Right.
And they're like, okay, we got you, and there's like a lot of weird,
You
like,
like back
talk
at ground
back
control.
and
They're
forth.
looking at you like,
what is he talking about?
yeah, like,
what do we do? Yeah, exactly. Then
do you think they planned for that? Like, do you think in the planning phase, like when they were like in ground control, before this ever launched, like if they see things up there, here's the procedure for this.
Yes, most definitely.
They had to, which is
absolutely
probably
did.
why they were
had
so-
the separate channels.
Right.
and
Why they were
stuff.
so calm and like
Yeah,
they're like, all right, we're gonna hear some wild stuff.
Yeah,
Or we
exactly.
could. We have to be normal.
yeah. And then they released some photos from Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong on the moon,
Yeah.
taking photos of these three lights in the sky that are just hovering over the horizon, and they're looking at them and they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
They're not stars. You know what I
They're
mean?
right there.
They're right there. And then
wild.
they're like in a triangle formation.
Yeah.
Then there's another picture. They're not in a triangle formation anymore. They're like off to the side. Then they're back into this triangle formation. Then there's another photo of, it's tough to make it out because it's just like a soft glow, but it looks long and narrow.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting just like above the horizon. And and they're like, and they're asking, what is it?
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of interesting stuff that some of those things have leaked before, like that transcript has been leaked, but they were like, that
Nah.
could be fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now
No,
they're like,
it's-
no, this was it.
The government's like, here's the whole thing.
Here's the whole thing. there is a couple of, and nothing, there's very little redactions.
Right.
Like, the only redactions I saw were on some of the newer stuff because they're
sense.
talking about where they are and what, like,
They have national security implications.
national
That makes sense.
And some of the photos, people were complaining about some of the photos, like, why does it look like, you know, this thing, it looks like it's all blurry and stuff. It's not. It's infrared, like, not infrared, but you know when they do the black and white,
Yeah.
you know, because they're looking at, it's like black, hot, white, cold.
Yeah.
And stuff. That's just the instrument on the plane. It's not a high definition camera. That's
No, it's just to give you like an idea
contrast.
Of what,
And but then there's also like blotched out spots where they smudge stuff out and they're like, oh, what's this? Like, you know, and it's like
that's the point. So you don't know where they are.
Yeah, because that's not only that, it shows airspeed, it shows location, it shows other things.
Yeah.
You can't give away that the capabilities of our own stuff either.
Right.
You can't say how fast it goes. You know what I mean? How, you know, and stuff like that. They have some really interesting stuff. They had some of the videos were really cool.
The videos, that's where I got in.
Yep.
The one that's I cannot get out of is that like that star.
It looks like a star.
The video and then the stills. Dude,
It's like, what is that?
what is it?
What is it? That is not. It's not a blur. It's not a. It's
It
not a
looks like-
drone.
It looks like an elaborate like Christmas tree topper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it moves and has thought and like purpose.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's very, very strange.
it's crazy. It is crazy that we're able to talk about this because the government was like, here
Here
have
it
this.
is. Yeah.
What do you think? Make up your own mind.
And then now, so here's the crazy thing too: is we're getting other countries are like, oh, here's some cool stuff we have. Like, that's not.
You think that's cool? Check this out.
Check this out. Yeah. There's a lot more coming.
Yeah.
People that have seen it, like Tim Burchett, like, you know, the congressman, he's like, trust me, this is a drop in the bucket. He's like, he's like, the holy crap moment hasn't even come yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do suspect, are they going to drop that one? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like some of the ones he's talking about, they might not. They might hold back. They're still going to hold back some stuff.
There's probably going to be increasing in
Yes.
terms of like interest and complexity and like what is that stuff?
What
you
is
know?
that? They're supposed to drop more every 30 days. They're saying they're going to, like once a month, they're going to do a drop of more and more stuff.
So we're gonna do like a once a month disclosure episode.
Let's see what they show, because some of them are crazy. The one that really interested me, and it sounds stupid because I was like that. You ever hear of the boogosphere?
I got 3 kids, of course I have.
So the boogosphere is an object in South America that in Peru that some guy claimed. He's like, hey, this thing fell out of the sky.
No kidding.
And he's like, and it's a perfectly metal ball with no seams on it.
Nothing.
And they're like, how could you do that with no welding marks? And it has these weird pattern on it that almost looks like circuitry.
Really?
They've X-rayed it. It's cold to the touch. They've X-rayed it, and they're like, inside there's like another sphere. There's a ton of wires. There's a ton of stuff going on inside of it too. And I always was like, okay, this is just nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like someone made this thing. But apparently there was another one found a few years ago as well.
Really?
But the cool thing is they're bringing it to these actual scientists are looking at it, and they're like, okay, when we first found it, it weighed this much. Now we're weighing it again, and it's 18 grams more than it was the last time we weighed it.
What?
Yeah. So it's getting heavier.
What?
Yeah, and it's just weird. So then we're seeing these videos that the government is releasing, and they're these perfectly spheres, and they're metallic, and they look just like that thing.
Yeah.
And they're just flying by, in like some of it was from Afghanistan. It's just flying over this town, and it's a drone is taking the video. This thing's just cruising right over, like whoop. And it's just a small thing. It's like, you know, like a foot in diameter. It's not very big.
That's crazy.
But the crazy thing is that, like, yeah, it's getting heavier. They're X-raying it. They're doing all this stuff. There's like there's stuff inside.
Is it being kept in the U.S.? That would explain why it's gaining weight.
No,
Oh,
right. But no, they've got
this
these.
thing likes Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, they've got these different. Like scientists have looked at it, these X-rays and this stuff, and it's still being kept there.
Yeah.
It has been. And there's one guy who's very big in the UFO community, Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about. I take that guy with a huge grain of salt because I know he has a lot of connections to government officials and he does stuff, but then he's also like, hey, I'll take you out to the desert for a fee and we'll summon orbs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
All
this
right.
guy's a nut job. So
Yeah.
I don't really believe, and he always, for the past like 5 years, he's always said, oh, disclosure's coming, 72 hours. He used to say that all the time. Then 72 hours would come and nothing. You know, it was like basically like free hot dogs tomorrow.
He's like, I'm gonna be right once. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, no, but it was basically like
Yeah.
that sign in Rod's Grill. It said
Yeah,
free hot dogs tomorrow. Yeah, but yeah, he did that stuff, and I never really took that guy too seriously. I took
Yeah.
him with a grain of salt. But he was immediately on top of that thing because it was something that was you could put your hands on.
Yeah,
it,
it's
you know what I mean?
tangible.
It's there. And like apparently there was another one that was found years before, and nobody can explain what these things are. They're very cool looking. They look weird, and you're like, how did you make that? If it's a hoax,
How'd you do it?
how did you do it? Because it's a perfect metal sphere with no seams in it. So I don't know. Like I'm sure it could be done. I don't know how, but just to do that, some guy
With stuff inside of it. That's the thing.
some guy that was like, oh, I was just living. Some guy's living in a corrugated sheet metal house.
Yeah.
Found this thing. He's not spending his time welding this stuff together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's got other things to worry about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's pretty interesting stuff. And he went to, when he found it, apparently government agent, like the United States tried to come and get it. Like,
Really?
yeah, and he gave it to someone else, like some like other official in Peru or whatever. But the U.S. government tried to get it.
Probably ours.
Yeah. So, but it's weird. The design on it is weird. I'll show you a picture
Yeah,
of
I'll
it.
take a look.
I'll
I'll look
actually
it up.
put a picture of it right. I'll put a picture of it right now so you can see, so everybody can see what it looks like. That's an interesting thing, and
That's cool.
But these videos from this disclosure that I saw resemble this pretty well. Some of the videos that we've had,
Makes
it
sense.
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I love the videos from all the pilots.
Yeah.
Dude, that's those things, like those videos with what those guys say, like you don't get better credibility
No.
than that stuff.
And you don't get a guy who can identify an object in the air any
Right.
better than this guy.
right.
You know,
And
than
when he's
those
like, I
guys.
don't know what it is. I've never seen anything move like that. Then you see the video and you're like, I believe him.
Yeah. Radar operators that are like, that thing sat there for hours and then just took off straight up.
Just gone.
And it just hovered for hours. They're like, we don't have anything, the amount of fuel just to sit there for that long would, you know what I mean? We don't
Right.
have things that can do that. So,
And then to take off like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that stuff is wild to me. I love seeing it. I love that we're getting this stuff.
yeah.
I love that we're getting it.
I'm shocked that I'm shocked, but I'm not.
No,
because the
the
guy,
timing.
because-
It's the timing.
it's
Who's
the
releasing
timing.
it?
Who's releasing it is the guy with the biggest ego in the world that would love to be the guy that told everybody about aliens.
Yeah.
And distract everybody from everything
Yeah.
else that's happening.
Yeah, and it's
You know?
I work with a guy who watches Aaron, by the way.
Yeah.
We were talking. He was like, I believe this stuff is real,
Yeah.
and I believe it was released at a time for a reason.
Oh, absolutely.
Now's the
Absolutely.
time, so you don't pay attention to this other stuff.
Yeah. And
So I think it's a distraction and it's real.
I think, yeah. What I think is because there's been a big push over the years for disclosure, and Congress is, and you got Congress is involved more, and they're more involved in the fact that like there's no oversight. If we have these things, if we're working on these things, who's doing it? How much money are they getting? Where is it going? We don't know. There needs to be oversight on
Yeah.
this. There needs to, if these things are flying around our spacecraft, our aircraft, in our
It's
airspace,
putting people in jeopardy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
in our airspace. We need to. What is it?
Yeah.
And the government for years has been like, nah, they're not, we
It's
researched it, Project Blue Book, we researched it, it's done. And then you find out that they've been doing it ever since. they've never stopped looking into these things,
No.
ever.
No.
They've created different, whether it was Arrow or A-Tip, all these things, they just kept going.
Yeah, they're up to
They've been doing
Project
it.
Aquabook now.
Yeah, they've been doing it the whole time. They
Yeah.
never stopped because there's something going on.
Of course there is.
And-
And it's I can't wait to see what else gets released in the
Yeah.
coming months. So
Yeah.
at least we're guaranteed to have new episodes every few weeks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But yeah, it was some interesting stuff,
Yeah.
but we'll have to wait and see what else comes out,
Yeah, and then
So,
go after it. So
Yeah.
So again, thanks for watching. If you have thoughts, suggestions, opinions, reach out to us at cdscipiece@gmail.com. You can reach out to us on social media as well.
Yeah.
But catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcasts, we are there. Before we wrap up, I think we need to pick a topic, right?
We do need to
and we
pick
do
a
have a
topic.
guest picker.
Do we have an assistant to
All right,
pick
so
the topic?
Aria, come on back, pick out of the Holy Grail, and we'll see what we're talking about in our next
Freddie.
episode. Oh, Freddie the giraffe is going to pick it for us. All right. Did you get one? Yep. Freddie has a tough time with those hoofs. All right, we only have a few minutes.
Yeah.
You almost had it. There it
There
is.
you go.
All right, let's see what we are talking about next.
You write too small.
I write too small.
Messy.
Oh, the Barabar Caves.
Okay.
Barabar Caves will be our next episode. This will be interesting. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
you want us to talk about mammoths?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can do an episode.
Yep.
All right, so the Barabar Caves will be our next episode. We'll see you then. Josh Gates, can't wait to hear from you.